First thing, why we learn the TypeScript? Because our module is Angular. So that question may be arise, maybe. So first thing, yesterday I told that Angular framework is written in a TypeScript. So better way, if you learn initial level TypeScript, it is easy to code in Angular because the full Angular framework is written in a TypeScript. So at least the initial knowledge you have to know about the TypeScript, then you better understanding for your Angular framework. Right now you are also learn a core Java. For the core learning of a core Java, that is advantageous for your learning of a advanced Java, because advanced Java is a base of a core Java. Correct? Same like that, Angular is a base of a TypeScript. So first we learn the TypeScript. Whatever the initial knowledge required for the Angular, that part will be covered here in TypeScript. Okay? If you ask that we can learn the advanced level of TypeScript, the answer is no, because we don't have that much time. So whatever the requirement for the Angular framework, that knowledge will be learned in a TypeScript here. Okay, first that is the first file, demo1.ts file. If you want to something print a so-called hello world program, so for that you use simple console.log. That language is similar like your JavaScript. Okay? Instead of I add one more statement here. TypeScript is a superset of a JavaScript. What is meant by superset of a JavaScript? So small circle is a JS, that is a JavaScript, and outer circle is a TypeScript. That means in a TypeScript, you can access JS functionality as well as TypeScript additional functionality. So it is called a superset of a JavaScript. So that is advantage for us. We not learn separately a JavaScript, because most of the candidates think that, and if you want to learn the Angular JavaScript, you have to know. But according to my knowledge, if you have basic knowledge of TypeScript, JavaScript, then no need to extra time to invest for to learn a JavaScript. So for that, we first learn a TypeScript. Initial part we learn that will be a JavaScript, but JavaScript used in a TypeScript, that will be learned here. How we can use a JavaScript in TypeScript, that first initial part will be learned for in the TypeScript, that thing. So if you are to print hello world, you can use console.log. That console.log that is available in a JavaScript functionality. So console.log, just use a double quote and mention the our so-called program hello world. Here semicolon is optional. No need to write down any semicolon. For your core Java practices, you always give a semicolon after the every statement. But in TypeScript or JavaScript, there is an optional. If you want, you can give. If you're not giving any semicolon, there is no any such error occur. But I recommend that you can give a semicolon, because you follow the practices in a core Java. So you have a habit to give a semicolon every statement. So make that habit and give a semicolon every statement. But here is optional. Okay. Now we can compile this file, your demo1.ts, and run this file. So TypeScript file we have to compile and run. Angular, your Angular application is run on a web application. It is running on a browser. So browser doesn't understand your TypeScript file, basically. So Microsoft designed one more compiler. The compiler name is TSC compiler. TSC compiler. That compiler is used to transcompile. It transcompile your .ts file into .js file, and that JS file we giving to the your browser, and your application will be run in a browser. Okay, so main purpose of TSC is to transcompile your TS file into the JS file. So we have to first compile this demo1.ts file. So it is converted your TS to JS file. Initially, if you have seen, we does not create any JS file. When we compile, it is auto-generated .js file. That is a JavaScript file. It is a generated file. So you can use a Windows CMD to compile and run this demo1.ts file. If you want to use a VS Code terminal, you can use a VS Code terminal. But I recommend always to use a Windows CMD. Okay, so first we can open the CMD in that day02 folder. So how we can open that CMD in day02 folder? Yesterday we learned about that, how we can open CMD shortcut in that folder. First you have to go that folder path. For example, Typescript program, JBK, corporate, day02 folder. In that day02 folder, you have to open CMD here. Simply type CMD, enter it, your CMD is open on that path. That path is Typescript, JBK, corporate batch, September, day0. So you can compile your file. For the compilation purpose, you have to use the command TSC. TSC is a Typescript compiler, followed by the file name, that is a demo1.ts, and just hit the enter command. For this command, you don't require any internet. Okay? Means, if you're using this command, there is no required to use an internet. So TSC demo1.ts, just hit the enter. That file is compiled. Your demo1.ts file is compiled. Just we have to check out. See here, demo1.js file is created. It is a generated while using TSC demo1.ts. Initially, it is not be present, but when you compile this file, it is generated. And we have to give the generated JS file for the running purpose. Use that demo1.js. So to run that application, simple Typescript application, use command node demo1.js. When we use a node, that is a command, the file extension is a .js. Remember these things. While compilation, you use demo1.ts file. While running this file, use demo1.js. So node demo1.js, enter it. You will get your desired output, that is a hello world. Whatever way we use the console.log. Okay. If you are to use both command at a time, but simultaneously in a sequential manner, you can use that also. Means you have to use both command at a time to work as a sequentially. You use TSC followed by the file name demo1.ts and make it AND operator to concat your commands. After the TSC demo1.ts is executed, after that your run command, that is a node demo1.ts will be run. So no need to give the every time compilation command and run command. You can just giving TSC demo1.ts and node demo1.js. hit the enter, it is compiled and run. It directly compile and gives the output, hello world. Okay. So everybody is getting how to compile and run that test script file.
Yes, Sumit.
Yes,
Yes, Sumit.
Fine. So move further. If you have to create a variable, you use a var keyword. In JavaScript also we use a var. Var stands for variant for the variable creation, followed by your variable name. Variable name should be follow the rules of identifier. In your core Java, you studied the rules of identifier. The identifier names or variable name should be start with the character. No any white space is allowed. No any special symbol is allowed. Only underscore or dollars is allowed. Then alphanumeric name is allowed. So you can use var a. If you want to use a1, you can give it alphanumeric name as well. But first should be a character. So var a1 semicolon. It create the variable a1. If you want to create multiple variables, you can create a2, a3 in that fashion as well. Okay.